Welcome, I'm Chef Curtiss of the Carriage House Cooking School. Today we're going to do a beef carpaccio, which is an Italian raw beef dish perfect for the warmer months in the North Country. Rumor has it, folklore I should say, is inspired by the painter Carpaccio, who focused on using the colors of red and white. So obviously we have red and white from our marbled beef. What we do here is we have this pressed flat. We use a tortilla press, very simple method. You could roll this out, you could pound this out just the same. This is a dish that I've had for probably 3 or 4 decades now. I started making this at a local restaurant. Ever since then, I've used it as part of multi-course menus, chef table dinners here at the Carriage House. And then today I wanted to show a real simple way to take a restaurant dish and make it at home. So we're going to use a couple really simple things. This is a tortilla press. And what I like about this is you no longer have to pound the meat flat. You can simply take a $10 tool and use that. So I'll show that a few times. This dish can be made for 4 people in under 10 minutes. It's perfect. So we start off with a beautiful center cut, what I call a 3-2 tower. This is a center cut Chateaubriand. So it is 2 inches tall by 3 inches wide. There's only 4 of these in every tenderloin. This is a really special cut of meat for us. This is one of our house fillets at the View restaurant in Lake Placid. So what I'm going to do is slice this into 4 pieces. I'm going to show you how to press this, and then we will plate one, and we will match that with a beautiful Prosecco. So we have some nice little bubbles with this. This is a product of Italy. I just tasted this down in Saratoga recently and brought it into the View as well. So this is a fantastic little sparkling wine. So to get started, what we're going to do is take our fillet, very sharp knife, and I'm going to mark this. So if you want to look at this, I'm going to mark this right here. That's my halfway point, and then I'm going to divide each of those in half. So what I'm pretty much guaranteeing is an even fillet slice for every guest. So what I do is I like to use a knife. So a knife is designed to slice and very rarely press down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slice down and drag back, and I have one of my beautiful fillets. I'm going to do the same thing again. Doesn't matter if it's a little crooked, the press will take care of that. The last one's a little bit trickier, so you might have to saw it a little bit more, but the most important thing is when you get to the board, drag it back. And now we have our 4 pieces. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up our press. We're going to get a measurement. So this is one of the things that I'm going to show you how to do. This is a non-stick parchment paper. I do not sit here and cut this out. So this is, I'm going to show you how to basically make what's known as a cartouche in cooking. So I'm going to make little triangles. And then I'm going to go to the center point, and I'm going to mark where that is. So here's the center point of the press. And I'm going to mark this, and then I'm going to come back and just cut. Might take 2 times. If you had a pair of scissors, it'd be a lot easier. All we're doing is getting down to size, if that makes sense. We'll repeat that. Hopefully I'll get it on the first shot. So again, 2 or 3 folds. I like to make creases. And then I'm just going to match that again, going to the middle, to the edge. And then I'm just going to slice a little bit more firmly that time. So I have 2 even sized pieces. So what I'm going to do is put one down. I'm going to take a little bit of olive oil, just drop it on there, brush that in, take the remainder, do it on the other. We don't need a lot of oil. We're not kind of season this up right now. We just want to make sure it doesn't stick. So then I'm going to take one of my fillets, put the oiled side down, and then I'm going to press. So this is basically a fulcrum, a little bit of a lever. We gently press down. We open it back up. We see that compaction. We turn it 180 degrees. We repeat. You can't press down too hard on this, right? And then if you have to move it over again, you just keep doing that. And that makes quick work of carpaccio. And so what we end up with is a piece of filet, like so, about a 1/4 inch thick. If you wanted to get that further, you could roll that if you want. This is filet, so it's incredibly tender. You could actually pound it out a little bit more if you wanted to, but that's not our goal. I like this thickness right here. I think that's perfect. It pulls away easy, separates. So I think we're good there. So plating is really, really simple. We take our cartouche, and now I'm just kind of finessing that onto the plate with my hands, giving some indentations, just using a little bit of my shoulders, pushing that in, and then we take off. Simple as can be. So on this one now, what I would like to do is I would like to top it with some Maldon salt. And Maldon is a flat, flaky kind of salt. I want to hit it with some beautiful pepper. So this is a Peugeot pepper mill. This is one of my favorite tools in the kitchen. I just splurged. I bought one for my travel kit. I bought 2 for home. And then I bought 1 for here. So this is something my wife and I used to argue about all the time. So I like a lot of pepper. Put that back. I want to get a little bit of arugula on here. So we're just kind of going to go random. It's not a salad. This is a garnish like an herb would be. And arugula, if you're not familiar, is an Italian green. It's very peppery. It has a little bit of bite. It's bitter. It's got a lot of health properties to it. It's got a lot of anti-estrogen properties. It's a great vegetable to include in your meals. So I think that's enough. I also brought in some chive blossoms. So if you're not familiar with the chive blossom, well, come on in here really quick. So this is the top of the chive plant. So when a chive bolts, basically, or it goes to seed, this is what it produces. These are great sautéed in vegetables. They're great dipped in batter. My CSA comes with chives this week. I have a million chive blossoms out back. But you can simply pick the petals, like so, and sprinkle them around. They have a really delicate flavor. And they're beautiful. So we're going to hit this with some olive oil. If you're not familiar, I like a little bit of a creamy base to it too. So this is Kewpie. This is a Japanese style mayonnaise. We use this a lot at the inn. This is one of my favorite dressings for the most part. It's made with rice wine vinegar, and I like it because you can just do little dollops, and it has a really unique flavor point to it. You could do it in streaks if you wanted to, but this helps provide a little bit of acid to that as well. And then the last thing I want to do is I want to take some Parmesan cheese. So this is the rind of Parmesan Reggiano. So this is probably one of the finest cheeses in the entire world. We save all of our rinds. We actually, on our June menu, our summer menu, we have a brodo that we make with this. But I just want to shave a little bit of this over the top to provide some salt in addition to the Maldon, a little bit of umami. You kind of go from there. And then one of the most important things here is our sparkling wine. And this is a Prosecco from Italy. And one thing I like to do, I like to hold my finger on the top of this as we unwind it. So this isn't as cold as I ideally would like it. But what I like to do, I turn the bottle. So I learned this from a sommelier at the Cordon Bleu in Paris. So I grab a hold and I turn the bottle with my hand. And then I release it that way. It's a lot safer. And it requires very little arm strength to do so. So I like sparkling wine in a large format glass. So I like the bubbles. I don't like flutes that much. Even when I order really expensive champagne, I'm in a Burgundy glass. And again, this is a Bianca Vigina Prosecco Brut, so it's a little bit dry. This is our Carpaccio. I'm going to put just a little touch of pepper on top. And then the last thing I want to do is I want to break some bread. So I'm just going to take a loaf of bread, grab a piece, and then we just dig in. I like this simply because it takes a very expensive cut of meat. It allows you to lengthen it, serve more people. I love the fact that you can do this in minutes in the summertime with a great bottle of sparkling wine, a great loaf of bread, and some really prime local beef. You have a great dinner for family and friends.